What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame, coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck, Big Dave, Bow, BAWL Sports. Our pal and producer on the controls is Joey Spathis at Joey Spathis. Willie Gogali will join us later on tonight's postgame show live from the United Center to help us break down this one. The Bulls fall to the Knicks, 128-117 is the final. Let me just go ahead and get this first one out of the way. Yuck. I mean, Dave,
Yes, sir.
well, first of all, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
You great?
Yeah. Hey, Lawrence. Lawrence is here.
Look, he's already retrieving a hat for me. Oh, he's trying.
Oh.
You made contact. I felt it.
He did.
The bangs felt it.
Hit the follicles. I'm well.
Okay, you know what? Do you want to just start with the fast break?
Jump into whatever, man. We just jump on in.
Shout out to Richard Budnick in the comments with a super chat who said, I'm here for Peck's breakdown of that dunk. Everybody throw us your comments on tonight's game.
Break it on down, Matthew Peck. Break it on down.
I mean, we've seen some epic and oftentimes hilarious failure when it comes to the Bulls executing fast breaks.
Sure.
Not just this season, but years back.
Years.
The Hoiberg Bulls couldn't execute a fast break.
True.
The you-know-who Bulls could not execute a fast break.
Don't say it.
And tonight, oh my God, this is maybe the greatest example ever of a failed fast break on an NBA court.
Yeah, it's up there.
3.
Trace.
The Bulls come up with a loose ball. They got a 3-on-none.
Yeah.
Kobe White running
Yeah.
with Torrey Craig, who gets the outlet pass,
Yeah.
and Andre Drummond trailing.
Yeah.
The Bulls are down, what, 9 or 10 points?
10.
In the second quarter of a game that they could have used a W on.
Wouldn't it hurt?
Locking down that home court in the play-in tournament that means so damn much to this organization. Mm-hmm. And Torrey Craig, for some inexplicable, ungodly reason, decides that what he needs to do right now is throw a high off the backboard alley-oop to himself? You were talking in pregame, Dave, about how we have not seen a lot of useful minutes from Torrey Craig in this recent stretch of games and that he needed to show up tonight.
I did say
especially with another shorthanded night. Caruso comes back, but Io goes out.
Yeah.
Give us something, Torrey Craig. Mm-hmm. What Torrey Craig gave us was the Bulls and their fans being the laughing stock of NBA Twitter again tonight.
Again.
Kudos, Bulls, for making national NBA headlines and waves for the second time this season. Mm-hmm. The first time it was for making a widow cry during your Ring of Honor ceremony. Mm-hmm. Now it's you effed up a 3-on-none fast break so badly that Shaqtin' a Fool's Twitter account had it up within seconds.
Correct.
The cherry on top, because the Bulls don't convert that, the Knicks tear down the floor at the other end. There's a scrum underneath the basket in the paint. Andre Drummond twists his ankle badly. And, wow. Shout out to Rick Tarsitano on Twitter, who I think is the first one who had this, before the game was over, tweeting, I just saw Andre Drummond leave the United Center with his left leg in a boot, and he was on a scooter. Good job, Torrey Craig. Good job, Andre Drummond. Good job, Bulls. This team is a freaking joke and an embarrassment, and I am done with them. Yay, play-in tournament. Still don't have that home court lockdown yet. What the hell are we doing here? Thank God we're all one breath closer to death.
That's 5, Joe.
Dumb.
One
dumb. Inexcusably dumb. For a team that insists that they're competitive and that us fans should take them seriously.
Keep going.
Hell no, I will not take you seriously when you pull some bullshit like that in the second quarter of a game when you're down 10? That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Absolutely embarrassing. For shame. For shame.
So when it happened, I laughed. But it was a laugh out of pure sadness of what the hell was that? What is going on?
Thanks, Joe.
As you said, yes, I wanted Torrey Craig to do better this game. I needed to see something more from him. But, Matt, it was everything about it that made it so sad. Because not one, not two, but three players. 3 on 0. 0, right? 0. No one was there.
No one.
Nobody was there. And Torrey Craig said, you know what? Let me toss this joint off the backboard because, that's at least the second time or fourth time I've done that this season. Oh, no, this is the first time I've done that this season? Oh, no, this might be the first time I've done this since my rookie year? I don't do shit like this, so I'm going to pull this out right now? Yeah, let me throw it up nice and high so I can go get that bad boy. Of course, Drummond is sitting there thinking, oh, man, he got to be throwing this for me. Of course he ain't throwing it for himself. Like, who else catches lobs? Maybe the big-ass dude named Andre Drummond, because that's all he do is catch lobs. So, yeah, maybe he immediately is thinking that's for him. Because when he threw it up, I said, what? Immediately, I said, that was my first thing. I said, what? What's going on? I was super confused about what was happening on my screen. Completely confused. And then when Drummond went to go get it, and Torrey Craig just confused me because he was like, wait a minute, this is for me. And Drummond, I'm sure in his head was like, since when is this for you? Since when do you do this? Okay, why do you do this? None of it made any sense. And then not only do you not get the shot, as you mentioned, you come back down and say, let me put a cherry on top of that. Let's put Andre Drummond out. Out. Not for the game, but just out. Nothing about that looked good. A dude that huge coming down on the side of his ankle did not look great. And him being wheeled out looks even worse. Leaving in a boot, KC said at halftime, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for Andre Drummond.
He was wheeled to the locker room.
So now, going forward, he's not playing next game.
Yeah.
He won't play the game after that. You don't even know what you going to have going forward into a play-in game. You kept him so you can get into a play-in game. That's the reason you kept him, because remember, we were like, what the hell are you keeping him for? Teams are offering you stuff for him. Trade this dude. He's not coming back. So now you have hurt his appeal as far as him trying to get the most money that he possibly can, because now he can't play it. Looks like it's just like in these last 4 games, because it is very, very scary how that looked. It was so scary that we watched it twice and said, we don't want to see this no more. It was that bad. So now you're putting in jeopardy his future, because it won't be here is my point. It won't be here. This is the stuff you take the risk on when you're like, let me keep this person on my team and then just, keep him here because we're trying to make a play-in run. Because you like, what he's done. You've seen games where he's done good and things like that. It's a dumbass reason to hold on to him, but that's neither here nor there. It's the fact that you go down on a 3-0 break and you throw a oop off the glass like you Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady do it, okay. I understand. If Javonte Green did it,
right,
I understand.
If this is the early 2010s Clippers,
get it.
Go right ahead.
I completely get it.
DeAndre or Blake's up there somewhere.
Yeah, this is going to happen. Darius Miles Clippers. I get it.
I mean, okay, yeah, remember at the beginning of the 21-22 season when the fast break Bulls were actually a thing?
Right. With
Lonzo throwing lobs.
I get it.
Caruso finishing lobs. Zach LaVine 360 done. Great.
Understand it.
These Bulls ain't those Bulls.
There's no kind of athleticism like that on this team. Even if Ayo was out there and he threw it up, I'd be like, okay. I wouldn't be like, what? Because it's Torrey Craig. Because it's Torrey Craig. When? I wanted somebody to give me some footage of when you've seen Torrey Craig do this.
Dude.
I know it ain't been in this Bulls uniform, and I damn sure didn't see it last year either. This is not what he does. So for him to come out and do that, and I mean, he threw that joker high.
I thought it was going to clear the top of the backboard when he threw it. It almost did.
Bro, it was like the NBA Live game when they did the dunk contest. Like he was throwing it off the shot clock and trying to catch that bad boy and ram it. It was just a simple put the ball into the basket. And it just added to it, Matt, because the Bulls have been trash at running a fast break. They had at least 3 fast breaks this game, Matt, and they couldn't convert any points on any of them. At least 3 where there was like either a 3-on-none, a 3-on-2, or a 3-on-1.
The one late in the game, it was a 3-on-2, and who was involved again? Was it Torrey Craig?
Yep,
he had Kobe and Dalen flanking either side.
Kobe stepped back for the 3. Dalen kept going to the bucket. So instead of hitting the person going to the bucket, he put a bad pass because throwing behind you is a little bit harder when you're going like this. Instead of hitting the dude who's cutting, he threw it to Kobe. And Kobe said, well, I'm going to step back. Oh, I can't do that. Here, DeMar, let me give you a bad pass because you're running in. Oh, turnover. Damn it. Damn it. That is competency. That's IQ stuff, man. And that stuff scares me because I consider Torrey Craig a high IQ player. I don't know where that came from. I hope somebody asked him. I don't know where that idea came from, why he thought he should do that, but it ended in a disastrous way. And I mean the worst way possible, which is one of our key players, it might be out for the rest of these last games, rest of the year, rest of the play-in.
Oh, my God.
Don't look good, man.
Charlie in the comments saying, I thought it was for Drummond. Nielsy Red UK saying Dre was confused too. Brian saying that play didn't make any sense.
It just didn't make logical sense.
Torrey Craig's a liability.
If he threw it, Matt, in such a manner where it looked like it was strictly for Torrey Craig and Drummond just jumped over him, I'd feel that. But he threw it so high that it just looked like he was stepping out the way. And then he went. It was a terrible decision.
My God.
It was just a bad decision all around.
Julia in the comments saying Torrey was trying to have a Javonte Green moment. Not so. Flip side saying Drummond thought he was getting rewarded for the oop, rewarded with the oop for initiating the steal. That's true.
Right.
Drummond got the poke and the steal to start that fast break. Flip side saying an alley oop turned alley oops.
Yep.
Yeah. My God.
That was bad, bro.
If that weren't enough of a, oh dear God, Torrey Craig, have yourself the worst night ever, then he gets called for a foul when I think he was out on the perimeter guarding Brunson. Was he guarding Brunson or somebody? He got whistled for a foul. He did not like the call. And then he started yapping at one of the officials and kept yapping and got himself a tech.
He did.
The Bulls were still in this game.
Yeah.
You know, one technical free throw is not going to win it or lose it for you at that point.
But he gave him 3 points.
And after Torrey got that tech, the broadcast cut to Billy Donovan on the bench, who was looking like the most fed up, had it up to here, pissed off, befuddled, what the hell are we doing look on a coach's face.
Yeah.
And, I mean, God, wow.
Yeah. He
wow.
Go. Listen, and I see people, Chase Nash already getting on Billy Donovan. Did Billy Donovan tell this man to throw an alley-oop to himself?
Yeah, just how Billy drew it up. Just how Billy drew it up. They practice that 3-on-0 fast break, lob off the backboard in practice all the time.
That doesn't make any sense, man. Like, that's frustrating. I can't put that on Billy. How can you? It's the 3-on-0. That's the simplest play. Nobody's there. Matter of fact, coaching shouldn't even be necessary in that situation. You don't even have options. Screw the options. You have the ball. Go dunk it. That's it. Go put it into the basket. You don't have to do all that cool shit. Is stuff you do when the game's about to be over. If they did that play and it messed up all that when they were up 12 with a minute to go, all right, I would have laughed at it, right? You might even got a goon of the night out of me for trying something like that. When you're down 10 in the second quarter, you don't do those kind of things, man. That's what is just frustrating about it, is to make that decision at that point in time in the game, at a point you really needed a bucket because you were down double digits to this Knicks team, because you know how they play. You know how hard they work. You know how hard they're going to go at it. You got to take every single chance you can get and every point you can get against this kind of team. You don't have time. This ain't the Wizards. You can't be sitting there throwing stuff off the glass against them. That is not the case, especially when you don't do it. That's not a part of your game. Since when is this a part of your game? I would be just as furious if I was Javon Carter and try to go between his legs and throw this off the glass and get it. Like, we'd be like, Javon, what the hell are you doing? You don't do that. That's not what you do. When does Torrey Craig do these things? That's what makes it frustrating. Damn it.
Speaking of Javon Carter, Got himself a nice little 6-minute burst there in the first half.
Gosh.
Launched 5 threes,
In like 3
made one of them, and never saw the floor again.
Bro, he lost. But we were talking about it. It felt like he launched the first 3 in under a minute. It felt like that.
It was 3 3-point attempts in 40 seconds, I swear.
It was like that. And then when he got to the last 2, I was like, he just literally went 2 minutes, all threes. Like, just said, I'm shooting all these shots, bro.
Yeah.
I'm getting these up. 1 of 5.
Chase and Ashland saying it's the same simple ass mistakes. They never seem to adjust or get corrected. Yep. Julia saying, Chase and Ashland, that's not Billy's fault. That was stupidity. Yeah,
it's not Billy's fault on that.
Was that the a repeat mistake that Billy hasn't corrected? Hey, it's on me, guys, tonight. I should have told you not to pull that dumbass shit on that fast break. I'll take the blame for that one, says Billy Donovan.
Get out of here.
What the hell are you talking about?
You can't blame him for that. I don't mind calling people out for when they do it wrong, but you got to put it on the people who actually did it on these things.
Yeah.
They were the ones on the floor doing that. 3-0. There's no excuse for 3-0 and you don't convert because you're doing something you don't do.
My only thought is it was 3-0, but I don't like to loop Kobe into it because if you go back and watch the replay, Kobe looks pissed. You could see his body.
Damn right.
language.
He should look
He's
pissed.
like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
So, yes, it was 3-0, of course, but it's out.
I know. Kobe had nothing to do with the failure of that fast break.
That's my favorite part of watching it back is Kobe and just looking at his body language go, what the hell was that?
Right. What are y'all doing out here, man?
We're down 9. You guys forgot? Could have used those 2 points.
We could use that. And then we could probably use Drummond too, huh? And that's my thing, man. Like I was telling Matt, that play of Drummond getting injured doesn't happen if you just lay the ball in. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't.
That doesn't happen if you just lay it in,
Because
man.
whatever happens, if the Bulls are taking the ball out of the Knicks are taking the ball out of the hoop, the ensuing possession goes differently.
Correct.
It's just dumb.
It was a terrible play.
Mike Elliott saying, great, are we going to make the whole game about the Craig gaff? No.
No. We got an hour to talk.
We got 45 more minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that okay with you?
We're just taking some time to discuss the biggest play that will be talked about by everybody in the nation.
That was some of the wildest shit we've seen all season.
Bro, that was wild, dog.
It needed to get its moment in the sun.
Yeah.
And by moment in the sun, I mean fire this team into the sun. Let's all burn in hell together.
Oh, my God.
Let's take our first break there. Plenty more to get to about tonight's game. Talk about some of the stuff we saw from DeMar, from Vooch. Whatever else you want to talk about, let us know in the comments, and we will do that on the other side of this break. We will also hear from our guy, Will the Goat Gottlieb. While we're doing that, you know what to do, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you're hanging out with us on YouTube or catching that replay on YouTube. We appreciate the likes. They help us out a lot, and they are needed. They are absolutely needed by our friend Troll Joey. Make sure you also subscribe to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel. New sponsor alert! CHGO Bulls tonight brought to you by some of our newest friends at Lucy Nicotine. Any of you people out there who have a little nicotine vice in your life, first of all, let me just say for the record, I have had a nicotine addiction at times in my life. It's something I've dealt with.
Sure.
Not the greatest decision I ever made in college, but hey, it's something that I and lots of people have lived with.
Okay.
It's an up and down battle. But if you're looking for alternative options these days, there are lots of them.
Okay.
And what they are doing at Lucy, I think, is some of the best stuff out there. They were kind enough to send some samples. And if you're trying to kick that cigarette habit, or maybe you're vaping and you want to stop vaping, let me tell you real quick about some of the stuff you can get from Lucy, because it is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door.
Okay.
It is always 100% pure nicotine, but always tobacco free. You can choose how you want your form. You can get it in pouches, you can get the little breakers, or you can get it in the old classic nicotine gum. They also have a wide range of different strengths as far as milligrams of nicotine in each pouch, breaker, or gum. You can choose anywhere from 2 milligrams to 12 milligrams. Okay. Someone who's a infrequent nicotine user but still maybe wants a little bit every once in a while, 2 milligrams might be what you're looking for. Then 4 to 8, sort of the middle range for you, more daily nicotine users out there. They also have a variety of wonderful flavors: mint, apple, ice, espresso, mango, and more. I tried one of the espresso ones the other day. Really, really good. That's something that I've had a problem with before when I've been trying to do the nicotine gum thing or this or some of them just taste awful. The espresso ones, great. So check them out. Also, you can save 15% off, and it is a no commitment, cancel anytime subscription. You can save yourself from those annoying weekly or semi-weekly stops at the gas station or convenience store or the bodega to get your nicotine fix, because you can just sign up for a monthly subscription with Lucy and again get these nicotine products delivered straight to your door, and no commitment, cancel anytime. So here's what you do: level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/CHGO Bulls and use promo code CHGO Bulls, and you will get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That's lucy.co, promo code CHGO Bulls, and you'll get 20% off. Always free shipping, every single time. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Check out those products from Lucy if you're trying to switch up your nicotine habit.
Ben Dean asking if it comes in tinctures.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Are the tinctures there?
Such a fun word.
Tinctures. Tinctures. Tell you what, though. It's time to chill after watching something like that. We got to relax. We got to cool out. Everything got to be smooth, man. And the way to do that is getting yourself a cold filtered, cold lagered Coors Lights. Because it's the team stressing you out. Like my man Tom right there just walked in stressed out. Look at him. He threw his hat and everything. And John Starks was at the game. You know what? Give me a hat. Give me a hat. Give me a goddamn hat.
John Starks!
The Starks at the game. Y'all did this with the Starks at the game. Oh, my God. Stressing me out. It's what you're doing. Or life in general, things can be chaotic. That's why Coors Light helps you find moments to chill all year long. And that moment is a right now. I need to relax. I need to be cool. I need to relax and be cool and be smooth. Coors Light will help me do that. So if it can help me, it could damn sure help you do those things. Only if you're over 21 and of legal drinking age. You can chill with Coors Light. When those mountains turn blue, y'all, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. So when it's time to chill, open that Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. When it's time to chill, it's the beer we reach for. We see it, we grab it, we drink it, we chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door via Instacart by going to CHGO Basketball. Coors Light, find your chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Golden, Colorado. Benjamin in the comments saying, Bulls legend, John Starks. That's something we try to block out of our memory. Never happened.
Julian said, Dave, I love it. Throw another one. Hey, man.
I mean,
you mentioned that name.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Hey, man. Sure. Yeah, throwing shit feels good. It does. I understand it.
Coors Light, losing nicotine, and hat throws. This is what's getting me through March and April of this Bulls season.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness. So, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Joey, I need you to do me a favor. Because I wanted to show this to man. Show me what our guy, Jamie Andy, was talking about earlier. If you could scroll back up.
Jamie Andy.
He was saying he was not happy with all this talk about these players and feel the blame should be placed on AK. He's done with all the credit.
I honestly like this comment.
Not being pointed at AK.
Done with all criticism not pointed at AK.
Yeah.
Any criticism.
Save some for Jerry.
Yeah.
Save some for Jerry.
He's saying, please understand the actual problem, which is AK. The only reason I point this out is my man, where you been? Like, bro, we've been doing that.
I'm guessing that James was referring to some of the Billy haters in the comments.
Correct.
That's fair. Then that's fair. But the criticism has definitely we spread it around. You know what I'm saying over here, man? We got enough for everybody. When you're winning, we got love for it all. When you're losing, we got hate for it all. We're gonna give it to everybody. AK definitely gets his too, man. And then as this continues on, he will be getting some more. For sure, you can mark that down, my friend. But I feel you talking to the people in the comments. I just wanted to point that out, that we damn sure do this, sir. We are fair around these parts. This is how we roll.
So with
all criticism not pointed at it.
with Drummond going down after getting just 5 minutes to tick. Also, the Bulls, and this is something that our guy Goat pointed out on Twitter, waived Terry Taylor to make room for Javonte.
He did.
So your backup small ball 5 is no longer available. Right. All you people who've been clamoring, we need to see Sanogo. Well, you got to see Sanogo tonight. Were you impressed?
Oh,
Were you impressed with how that went? And meanwhile, okay, so Vooch ends up playing 39 minutes.
Yeah.
Came in at the, I think, 9:45 mark of the fourth quarter.
Correct, he did.
Played the rest of the way. And to Vooch's credit, after, some pretty stinko games recently, he finished with 26 points, second on the team behind DeMar's 34, on 12 of 16. 2 of 3 from deep. Finally, an efficient scoring night from Vooch. But then shout out to our guy C-Red UK pointing out in the comments, last 3 games in the rebound column. Javonte Green, 13, 8, and 12. Vooch, 13, 5, and 5. I don't know what's going on with Vooch's rebounding, man. Credit to him for putting in a solid amount of points tonight on an efficient night.
He did.
They clearly needed it. Even losing Io's 15 to 22 points a game.
Yeah.
You need it.
That
You
hurt.
needed Vooch to score tonight, and he did.
He did.
But he also
Couldn't grab a
looked
rebound.
like the same trash on defense we've seen for a while.
I'll give him benefit of the doubt on this one. I'm sure Billy and him didn't think he was going to be playing that long, because when he came in the second quarter, it was about a good 7 minutes left. And if you count that from all the way to the third quarter, it was about 2 or 3 minutes left in the third when he finally came out the game. And then when he came back in immediately, basically 9 minutes in the fourth, he never went back out. So I'm sure that kind of rhythm might have been thrown off of him. But he was not grabbing rebounds. It definitely hurt them for sure. But I mean, it's hard for me to be mad at him because of the situation and scenario that he was placed in, because Drummond wasn't able to be out there.
Joe, I heard a jingle. Let's talk to a certain someone. Meh.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on the Go Talk Hotline, live from the UC, it's our guy Will the Goat. Follow him for all of his Bulls reporting and updates. Will_Gottlieb. Goat, Bulls lose to the Knicks. And let's start by getting your thoughts, and also hopefully you can relay something you heard from Billy, maybe from Torrey Craig if he talked to the media, about what the hell happened on that fast break and why it was one of the most hilarious failures of the NBA season.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest Shaqtin moment I've ever seen. Certainly the biggest Shaqtin moment I've ever witnessed live. And I was actually sitting right under the basket courtside today. So it was right in front of my face. And I just wish that I had been recording, because that was special. So obviously Billy, not happy, immediately called the timeout, even before he said he knew Drummond had been hurt on the next play. He didn't say what exactly he said in that timeout, but basically expressing some displeasure because he was really not happy about that. Obviously, just not a play you make when your team is down 9, but also I think, he said at one point, that's just not the kind of team we want to be. That's not who we are. It's not what we stand for, to even try to make those plays at all. So he was obviously really not happy, but he said, look, Torrey's a professional. It's the next play. You got to move on. I'm not going to hold a grudge. I'm not going to prevent him from going back in. We're already down bodies. I'm not going to just bench him for the game. This isn't high school. So, and to Torrey's credit, obviously he made a corner 3 not too long later. Didn't have a great game. Obviously had the technical foul in the third quarter. Just didn't really impact winning very much tonight, I would say, on the whole. But I do feel bad for him because, he said after the game, I was just trying to create some excitement. I was trying to give us an edge and try to help us get on a run here. We had a fast break. It was just an opportunity to try to generate some excitement. So he knew immediately that it was a mistake. He said he took accountability for it. He owned it, and don't play. Obviously he's not going to try to do that again. And it wasn't the reason the Bulls lost this game. I think that's the other thing. It was a Shaqtin moment. It's a highlight, whatever. It was the loudest play of the game, Billy said, but it wasn't the only play that contributed to this loss. And he said that there were a lot of other self-inflicted wounds in that game that kind of did them in. So embarrassing moment to kind of highlight another disappointment of a season. But yeah, I don't know. I do feel bad for him. He knew immediately that was pretty dumb.
So what I'm hearing from that, Will, is that Jerry Reinsdorf put Torrey Craig up to that because he wanted to get those Bulls fans up out of their seats, running to the merch store, buying all kinds of Torrey Craig jerseys, having themselves a raucous good time. That's what I just heard. It's not Torrey's fault.
Not Torrey's fault.
No.
Okay, got you.
Got to keep those Bulls fans entertained.
It was absolutely his fault. Like he definitely took accountability and ownership for that. I don't want to twist that, but
my fun.
It was a very dumb play, and I was glad to see it front and center.
Yeah, and big shout out to Will for flexing about his seat. Not even 2 minutes into him being on here immediately. So shout out to Will for that.
I was gonna save it until you asked me about that play, but you asked me to play first.
Love it.
The bird's eye view. Will, talk to me about Vooch. I thought tonight I kind of gave him a pass because of the situation that he was kind of put in as far as the amount of minutes that he had to be in, and he couldn't get his regular rotation. He just basically was in. And as soon as Drummond got hurt, I believe it was about maybe 7-8 minutes left, and he didn't come out. And then he didn't come out of the third quarter until the third quarter was almost done. And then Sanogo came in. And then immediately he had to come right back in because you're like, oh, my God, it's Sanogo. He's not prepared to handle Mitchell Robinson. So I gave him a little leeway on this one, man, because I believe, like you say, he had 5 rebounds tonight. But he did add 26 points. He did hit his threes. Sitting from your amazing seat where you were sitting at, let us know how you felt about Vooch's game, watching that one up close.
I mean, he was scoring the ball well. He was shooting it well. He made like all of those plays where, he like whenever the Bulls are kind of in semi-transition, he's always like kind of trailing the play, gets to the top of the key where he then can get like a trail 3, or he'll like pump fake and put it right down and attack the closeout, because the big has to drop back to take away the rim on the initial transition play and then flip back out to Vooch. And so he's got opportunities to attack closeouts there. You saw him do that. He made a couple of his shots. And like the Bulls needed offense tonight because they weren't stopping anybody. And obviously Vooch was a big part of that, but 12 of 16, 2 of 3 from 3. I feel like 39 rebounds on the whole is pretty good. 12 offensive rebounds on the whole is pretty good, especially when you factor in Drummond playing only 5 minutes, but only 5 boards for Vooch. And it just felt like they really needed to dominate the offensive glass in that game in order to give themselves a chance. Like the Knicks are really good at that possession battle. And it felt like that was kind of an area where, the Bulls are going to get outgunned by 21 points from behind the arc, if they are going to be beaten by 6 points at the free throw line, if they are going to have 9 turnovers compared to only 10 from the Knicks, where it's like pretty much a wash there, you have to be dominant on the offensive glass, and Vooch had to be a part of that. So that was an area where I feel like he could have done more, but I don't want to like take too much away from him. But to your point, this team, stop me if you've heard this before, like it's roster construction. You lose your backup center, and now you either have to decide between a 2-way contract guy and Adama Sanogo, or can you play Javonte Green 35 minutes and play him as a small ball backup 5 against Mitchell Robinson or Isaiah Hartenstein? So they don't have a lot of good options there. Vooch had to play 38 minutes, and he's going to have to play 38, 40 minutes a night until, Drummond, who we don't know the severity of his ankle injury. Billy said he tried to get it retaped to come back in, but there was too much swelling. Did not look good. I mean, I've had that injury before where you kind of turn it on someone's foot and it can be really bad. Obviously, these guys have incredible training staff. They're able to take care of this stuff really quickly, but that is an extremely painful thing. He is a big guy. That's a lot of weight to come down on an ankle on somebody's foot. And he obviously left the court in a wheelchair. So I would not be surprised if Drummond is missing some time. That looked really gnarly. And again, just speaks to the limited depth and the limited versatility on this roster. Now, not only can you not play a backup 5, you can't go to the 2 big lineup, which had been a good curveball for you, and trying to destroy teams on the offensive glass. So now you can't do that. Now you have to play small, but you don't have a lot of wings to play small, so you're going to have to overextend Javonte and Torrey Craig. And it's just the whole thing just continues to be this domino effect of overextending guys, having to play them too many minutes, and then they get hurt. And then you're just doing the same thing with their backup. So the Drummond injury, I think, hopefully it's not too long-term of a thing. The Bulls play, I believe, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So we'll see if he gets into any of those games, how many he does get into. But I was pretty concerned with that, and he was not available to the media after. So it sounded like he already left the building before the game had ended. So hopefully he's all right. But yeah, they're going to have to rely on Vooch offensively, and he's going to have to be down there defensively too. And tonight, I mean, they just could not contain Jalen Brunson. That's a whole separate conversation.
Goat, Mike in the comments asking, hey, Will, why have the Bulls become firmly the worst defensive team in the NBA? We had other Bulls fans in the comments at the start of tonight's game talking about how, like, Brunson just cooked the Bulls. Should have Billy Donovan done something different with his perimeter defense tonight to try to slow down that freight train that was Jalen Brunson. I don't know about you. I saw Jalen Brunson just have a night where he was cooking. He was hitting tough step-back contested shots. He was doing he's learned the DeMar DeRozan trademark craft of baiting guys into fouls. He went 12 of 12 from the line. I'm not sure if you saw something that the Bulls weren't doing defensively that they could have against Jalen Brunson. I saw some bad rotations tonight on defense, but I also saw Jalen Brunson just doing some shit that had me shaking my head. What did you see?
I mean, exactly the same thing. This dude was unbelievable. And I want to just highlight, because we all know how good of a defender Alex Caruso is, how good a defender I think Alex Caruso is. And he was just pulling up and shooting right over him and, like, hitting everything. He was getting downhill. He was getting to the rim. He was getting, to the free throw line at will. And, the Knicks basically put him in a lot of situations where he has to come off of screens in order to get handoffs and then get into his pick and roll or into his isolation. And that movement is really productive for him to where he can kind of get the ball with the defender on his hip already, and then he can play with an advantage. And I think he really just, like, eviscerated the Bulls. And when you are coming off of a screen and you're asking Vooch to contain with Caruso, block and trail, it's just a tough thing for Vooch to do. And so, I don't want to penalize or bash Vooch too much for this because it's a tough cover. But that's the difference. You have to be able to cut off Brunson on those drives and not let him turn the corner, but he did. And so he got into the paint where he's really crafty. He can finish in the mid-range. And, like, the Bulls are obviously giving up a ton of threes. That's a big reason why their defenses have fallen off this year. And now you're bringing in more help to try to take him away, and you're leaving more guys open at the perimeter. So they shot 17 of 36 from three, 47%. Like, it's just not the recipe, especially when he's getting off himself and scoring 45 points and 12 of 12 at the line. So that was just an incredible performance by him. He was making incredibly tough shots. He was just beating Caruso one-on-one, and that's not something that very many guys can do very easily. So I thought Brunson was just better than everybody else on the court tonight, and I thought, DeMar had a really nice game. Kobe played really well. Like, Brunson was just on another level.
Will, any news on Ayo Dosunmu? Were you surprised that he was out for this game? And in your opinion, do you expect it to be a couple more games, or just something that's just being a little cautious with?
I think it's probably the latter. I think they're trying to be a little bit cautious, but it was called a thigh contusion, which is obviously just a bruise. So hopefully it's not like a super serious thing, but you saw Javon Carter come in and get 5 threes up in the first quarter and then not really play again. After that, I think he played 6 minutes in the first quarter and then did not come back in. So again, you're just kind of looking for bodies. You're looking for answers. And I think that actually sparked Kobe to have to be a little bit more aggressive and get his shot up a little bit more than he has been, which is probably a good thing for this Bulls team because they need him to kind of snap out of this funk that he's been in. So, yeah, I hopefully it's not too long of a thing for Ayo. He's been an Iron Man for this team. He's been playing heavy minutes, and maybe, it's partially rest-related, partially this thigh contusion. But, now we're going to see what happens with, Caruso and Kobe, who are both on the injury report as well. Obviously now Drummond is in the mix, so hopefully Ayo will be back on Thursday.
We appreciate the time as always, buddy. Bulls Nation, if you aren't already, follow Will the Go Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb on Twitter for all of his Bulls reporting and updates. Make sure you read everything he writes, ALLCHGO.com. Go. Appreciate you, buddy. Get home safe. We will talk to you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Let's take our second break. We will come back to wrap up with a few more thoughts on tonight's game. Anything else on your mind, Bulls Nation, let us know. I think we also do still have a couple of super chats to get to. We will get to those. Throw us one still if you feel like it. And, of course, hit that like button.
Yeah, 26 likes. What's going on?
Oh, let's get that number up.
What's up, man? It's over.
Come on now.
Here, baby. Come
I will not throw another like. I will not throw another hat.
That's right.
Until you throw some likes.
Troll Joe is not happy.
No, he is not. He gave me a call.
Yeah, what'd he say?
Hey, Matt, I stole Baby Joe's cell phone, and I would like some more likes.
Oh, I didn't know his vocabulary was that strong.
Oh, yeah, he speaks well.
Interesting.
Joey's impersonation of him, I think, is a bit derivative. I think it's, it's a bit caricature-y.
That's where it sounds like yours. Where it's a bow tie.
I've been working with Troll Joe and his vocabulary lessons on the side without Joey's no.
Oh, interesting.
I think Joey doesn't want Troll Joe to get too smart.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of like, my issue with the machines rising up against us.
Sure.
I think Joey's trying to keep Troll Joe in his place.
Yeah.
Which is, in the cave with his bucket of thumbs.
That's why he didn't like when he was driving, when he was getting his Ray Chevy. He was concerned that he was driving his truck of thumbs around.
Exactly.
He didn't like that too much.
He wants Troll Joe to stay in your lane.
Oh, hey, well done, Matthew Peck. Well done. Oh, man, he'll be learning 2 languages in no time. Well, 3, because he speaks troll.
This is true. You know what Joey does speak fluently, though?
Tell me.
Winning money with Prize Picks.
Oh,
yeah.
Prize Picks, the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. They're the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. Just ask Joe.
Yes.
It's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros, sharks, Joey, you don't have to beat Joey. You just pick more than or less than on anywhere from 2 to 6 different player stat projections on the game that you want to watch that night and watch the winnings roll in. Tourneys are over. That's okay because you can get in on the playoff action and win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason.
A new level.
Woo! Playoffs begin April 20th, y'all. Even before that, we got playing games. April 16th, 17th, and 19th.
Let's go.
Bulls still zeroing in on home court. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4. That's right, 4 correct picks. Turn $10 into $1,000 with basketball and hockey entries today on Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy app. Go to prizepicks.com/CHGO. Use code CHGO for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/CHGO. with promo code CHGO. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Ooh. Easy as hitting that like button.
Easy as hitting that like button.
Georgia easy as a Tory dunk.
Georgia Lisa's son. What time is it?
Game time who? Brother of John.
You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all your sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you with killer last-minute deals, all in prices, views from your seat.
So refined.
And their best price guarantee. I've been hanging around Chojo. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying those tickets. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It is not the place. No. It is the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on tickets for hockey, football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and much, much more. And with zone deals, you pick the section and Game Time does the selecting for an average savings of 18%.
That's how you convert an alley-oop.
And with the Game Time guarantee, you will always, and I mean always, get the best price possible. So take the guesswork out of buying those tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use that code CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase.
Terms apply. Terms apply.
That's CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase.
Terms apply. Terms apply.
Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed because Matthew Peck. Please tell us what's up. Game Time.
Moving on. Tonight's Bulls lost to the Knicks. Well, first and foremost, Chase and Ashland saying, Matt, what's up with the pant roll and the sandals?
Huck Finn.
Also saying we got to get you some Jordans.
Oh, he's got plenty of them.
It was a beautiful warm day in Chicago today.
It's a beautiful
Sometimes when it's not quite summer weather, I like to rock my Huck Finn jeans.
True.
Cuff them a few extra times.
True.
While I rock my Birks.
Yes.
Wore those to the office today. Mm-hmm. I got a dozen pairs of Jordans.
Yes.
You don't worry about me.
He does.
I'm doing fine.
He's all right.
I'm also not, saying, hey, share me a picture of what you're wearing right now so I can critique it.
The question is,
let me wear what I want to wear.
When is it time for you to get a new pair of Birks?
I'm getting better. As I used to like duct tape them and wear them for another 2 years.
Yeah, we had this
younger.
discussion. I couldn't believe you were doing this.
Now they get through like 2, maybe 3 summer cycles.
Okay, all right. And what cycle is this right here?
This is about to be summer 2 on these. I think these were new last year.
Oh man,
yeah.
You Yeah, just some wear and tear, some miles on that.
I'd take them on my camping trips in the summer.
Yeah.
They get wear and tear.
All right,
but the soles have not broken all the way through yet. There's still so much sole on that.
Can't break the sole. They can break the sole on that one. You can't break my sole.
No, you can't. Also, way more comfortable than Jordans. Not even debatable.
Yeah, sandals comfortable than gym shoes.
Yeah. Also, Chase and Ashton, we love you. We always appreciate you hanging out in the chat. My condolences to you on being wrong, because you were still in this chat the other night saying they're gonna get to 500. They're gonna get to 500. Well, with tonight's loss, the Bulls lost their 42nd of the season. The best they can finish, if they win out their final three, is 40-42, which is what their record was last year.
All right.
Progress, competitiveness, continuity.
Yeah.
Take that L.
TR says, is Matt Peck a hillbilly?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Just judging him by the rolled up pants and the sandals right there. But no, he's the furthest thing from a hillbilly you ever want to think of in your life.
I tend to judge and look down on hillbillies.
Yes, he does. Very much so.
You never heard any of my commentary about the state of Florida?
I've heard
or just the South in general?
I've heard it loud and clear many a day. He is not a fan. He is not a fan. Shout out to all y'all in the South who enjoy the show, though. Shout out to all y'all.
Much love to all of you. Hope you rescue yourselves to somewhere better.
You can't help it.
I really can't. Dave, thoughts on Kobe tonight? He was
going here.
Fairly. I see some people in the comments talking about his defense tonight. He was getting cooked a couple of times. I feel like Kobe's defense has slipped.
Absolutely.
This season, it's slipped a bit. I think it's hard to deny that. He was more efficient tonight. Only 2 of 8 from downtown, but shout out, he did set the Bulls' new franchise record for most made threes in a season, hitting number 205. Breaking Zach LaVine's previous record.
Shout out Kobe.
Happy for him for that. But, 11 of 22, shot 50% from the field on a higher volume than we've seen from him in a lot of these games recently, where it just seems like he's either fatigued or trying to just kind of let the game come to him instead of being as aggressive as the middle part of the season Kobe that we saw, that we were all loving watching every night. What did you make of Kobe's game?
I like what Will said when he said he felt like he had to be more aggressive because Ayo went out, because I thought the same.
Yeah.
He took the first shot of the game for the Bulls. That was Kobe. And it was him penetrating and getting to the free throw line and pulling it and going up. He had some good buckets inside with his handles, crossing over McBride and getting him to the bucket and scoring that way, getting inside on several of those guys and scoring. A couple of them he got fouled on. They didn't call it. 3-point shot was solid. I thought he was solid, honestly. But, yeah, the defense is definitely falling off a little bit. I'm not going to get too hard on him for that. I know the amount of minutes he's played. I know the injuries that he's had. So something is going to take a toll at some point in time in this season. And I'd rather it, if I'm being for real, I'd rather it be his defense than his offense, because I need the 25, 30 points from Kobe. And hopefully we'll see if he can maybe get a couple stops on defense. That's fine. But I need him to score more than anything. But I will say there's a trend that I'm seeing him start of Kobe White getting to the bucket and not finishing at the bucket. Getting to there, and when he's got a wide open layup, not going for the layup, kicking it out for some reason. I appreciate Stacey King pointing this out.
Yeah, that one kick out he had when it looked like he just had a lefty layup just staring him in the face.
It was he put a move on Mitchell Robinson, got there, and Josh Hart was underneath, and Josh Hart clearly wasn't jumping. Kobe went up, and literally all he had to do was lay it in. He kicked it out to the baseline, and that ball got swung to Torrey Craig, and I believe it was a turnover for the Bulls. So you got to go up when you see a layup, and you got to take it, man. And I've seen him do that a couple games more recently, but it was glaring this game because I saw him do it twice, and it was just completely frustrating of him kicking the ball out of a wide open layup. And for me, that just says that I'm not looking. It says that I'm anticipating, but I'm over-anticipating something. They're going to come block my shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I do this, I got to get it. I got to get it. Oh, my God, I got to kick it out. That's what it kind of says to me. But I need him to continue to be more aggressive when he wants to go up for his shot, man. So it's okay if it's not a point guard, or if you think it's a two-guard, whatever. That has nothing to do with this. You go up for a layup. You see a layup, you take it. That's really that simple, man. And I need him just to do that because they're going to need his scoring so much, man. He's very important.
Mike saying White looked fine injury-wise. Looks like he settled into some bad habits. It's unfortunate. AK saying Kobe's defense has indeed slipped. He also gives up a lot of threes. After some seasons, he's still inconsistent from the three-point arc. He has improved his play. I mean, like, there's no question that Kobe's taken a step forward this season. It's just, I think Bulls fans are a little frustrated knowing that we were seeing a really special season from Kobe and hoping that after that short absence, I think he missed, 3, maybe 4 games with the hip, that he could come back and finish strong.
Yeah.
You know, big strides through the finish line to really put his stamp on this season.
Correct.
And, he had a better game tonight, 24 points on 50% shooting from the field.
Right.
We still have not seen any, let alone several, Kobe kind of games since he came back.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, with the Bulls, limping to the finish line.
Yeah.
And, I shout out to our guy, sales guy Jim, who was asking me when I got to the office earlier today, still really hoping for that Kobe Most Improved Player award because, he threw a little something on it. And I was like, sorry, it's over. Did you see Maxey put up a 50 burger the other day? It's over.
Yeah.
Between what Maxey's doing, the national media attention he has and the Sixers have gotten all season, and the fact that Kobe's season was like, woo, and it's kind of finishing like,
yeah.
It's not happening for Kobe. He'll probably get some second and third place votes or whatever.
Correct. I agree with that.
It's just a shame that who knows? We got 3 games left. We got at least a play-in game left. Maybe we will get another stamp game from Kobe somewhere in there.
I hope so. They're going to need one. We're going to have to get. I don't care what team it's against. I don't care if it's against the Wizards or Pistons. I don't care. You just need him to have that game and feel good about him when you're going into this play-in game. So something has to click for these Bulls, man. And you don't have much time left to click.
Yeah.
Especially with the injuries they got, too, man. So they got work to do, bro.
TR saying the Bulls need a natural point guard next season. Jamie saying he's not a point guard. Oh, this fun debate again. Look,
he's a great player, man. He's really good.
The Bulls roster needs a lot of things this offseason.
We need a center right now. You know what I'm saying? Like today. You know what I mean? They need a center, bro.
I mean, we'll see what happens as far as the Andre Drummond updates.
Yeah. It just didn't look good, though.
We could be looking at so the Bulls got a back-to-back Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
The Wizards again one last time, and then some other
Pistons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, okay, those are very winnable games, even if you don't have Drummond.
Exactly.
The wing and front court depth on this team
is bad, man. It's bad. And that's why you're seeing Dalen Terry
DB in the comments saying another guard is the very, very, very last thing the Bulls need.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
In TR's defense, I don't think he was saying another. I think he was saying a different.
Right.
Like a true starting point guard.
He's like a guard, another 6'4", 6'5" dude on this squad. We got to get another one? Damn.
Another one.
No, man. They need wings and they need big men. And you lost your biggest man in Andre Drummond. We'll see for how long. I think, Matt, he won't play in these 2 games coming up. I don't know about the Knicks game, but I just don't see him playing against the Wizards or Pistons, man. I think the Bulls might feel like they can pull that out.
I mean, so by the way, the Hawks did lose in double overtime to Miami tonight.
Correct.
So the Bulls maintained their 1-game lead over Atlanta despite the Bulls' loss tonight.
Yeah.
With 3 games to go.
Magic numbers 2.
And the Bulls have the tiebreaker, so the Magic numbers 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get a win between Washington and Detroit, and then maybe the Knicks by your season finale have their seed locked up, and so they rest guys, and maybe you can get that last win of the season to solidify that and not need to worry about what the Hawks do on their season finale. But what else do you have to gain?
Yeah.
You haven't quite yet locked up home court in the play-in.
Right.
But again, and shout out to our boy Clem, who I saw in the comments earlier, pointing out this was the Bulls' last regular season home game of the season.
Correct.
The Bulls went 20-21 at home this year.
Yes.
Oh, goody.
Not great.
Great home court advantage. That domestic terrorist named Benny the Bull with his popcorn flying around. We need that. Bulls need that to get the dub against Atlanta.
I would say
the home team went 1-2 in the Bulls' 3 games against the Hawks this year.
With it being the 2 games, if they get this win and a Hawks loss in between that, then if I see anybody else start in the starting lineup playing in these last couple games after they wrapped it up, I'm going to
that is when we yell at Billy.
I'm going to lose it. Remember we saw that bullshit last year from when Caruso played into the fourth quarter for some reason and Vuce played basically the whole and it meant nothing. If I see that now with all the injuries you have, with everybody that you need on your squad, I will get the bus to Kentucky ready for you, sir. Ready. That is just I can't. It's hard even form words thinking about how angry that's gonna make me, man. Because it won't make any sense. You got it wrapped up. You got it locked up. You got to rest these dudes, man. I don't care that DeMar talking about I want to play every single game. I don't give a damn. You need to rest. Sit down. You were leading the league in minutes, man. Take some miles off of yourself. Relax. You got all these injuries. Let them chill. Handle your business. Beat these teams in front of you, and then go sit your ass down. By the time they get to the Knicks game, my hope is people are sitting down and I get to watch Sanogo play 38 minutes.
Oh, God.
That's my goal right here. I want all the funk. I want to be baptized in the funk. Funkified. I want it. I'm going to lose it if we going into Sunday and it still means something. Because it's a possibility.
Yeah.
All of this is a possibility, man. I can't rule anything out with this team, Matt. Because they're like, what do you call that machine with the heartbeat? Like beep, beep. The is it an EKG machine?
EKG? Sure, yeah. Let's go with that.
It's been that machine. All day it's just been
Mine has just been the monotone beep since the loss of the Celtics in November.
Yeah. And I refuse to put the pads on because Matt signed a paper that said, just let me die.
Time of death.
Just let me go, Dave. Don't try to save me.
No.
Just let me go.
Let me go.
And I'm not over here to do it. I'm just going to continue to root for this team. But I want this to be done by the Wizards and the Pistons. It needs to be done by then. So by the time Sunday comes, man, those guys need to be sitting down, bro. Give them dudes some rest, please.
We got to get on the horn with our guy Eric over in Denver because I think "Baptize Me in the Funk" needs to be our next shirt design. I don't know what physically it looks like to be baptized in the funk, but I would hope that it's something about being at some sort of funk concert.
Yes.
A concert of funk music and letting it overtake you.
Correct.
As opposed to being dipped in a river by young Mr. Andrew Funk, which I would not choose to partake in.
I'm a little disappointed. I would love to see Matt get baptized by the funk. That would make my whole day in a Metallica shirt.
And not as a born-again Christian or any other pre-established religion,
no, just being baptized
into the Church of Andrew Funk.
Well, that's right. And let them hit 5, 6 threes.
There have been crazier cults that actually existed in the world.
Let them get 5 threes in there. We're going to be in Lake Michigan.
Oh, my God.
Funkified by the Brat playing in the background. We're going to take care of that.
Speaking of 5 threes, can I just say something real quick? Because this game was dumb for so many reasons.
Yeah. Let me stop this. Right, I'm sorry. I just saw Richard say EKGs are predictable. Dave, bad comparison. Have they not been this predictable all season, sir?
Yes, they have been.
Has this not been the case?
But fun little wrinkle.
All right.
Tonight, and shout out to our buddy Jason Pat of Cash Considerations, because he has been on this for a while now, and I just picked up on it recently. So after the Bulls climbed halfway up the basement steps from that awful 5-14 start, right? Once they got to a point where they were no longer 5 games under 500, but 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, since they got back to above 5 games under, anytime they've been 4 games under and had a chance to slip down to 5 games under, that night they win. And that had been happening for like 6 or 7 consecutive games that the Bulls played when they were 4 games under, as they were tonight.
Yeah.
That streak came to an end tonight because tonight they are not 2 games under, and they aren't 4. And they aren't, as they always are, 3. They are 5.
Ooh.
Shout out to Jason Pat.
Oh, shout out, Big Pat.
Like he was, kind of joking around with it. I know our guy Bulldog picked up on it too. The 4 games under 500 Bulls were slowly becoming the new TNT Bulls.
Yes.
Of yesteryear.
Yes. On their way.
Yeah. The days of yore.
Not 4. Not 5.
Yeah.
Always 3.
Always 3. But so speaking of those 5 3-pointers you want to see Andrew Funk hit in their season finale.
Sure.
A weird game. Crazy game. Kobe White said in the postgame locker room, we did a lot of dumb stuff tonight, and they did. Mm-hmm. But also, Will kind of touched on this when we were chatting with him. When you look across the board in the box score tonight and the team stats, the Bulls defense allowed the Knicks to shoot 55% from the field. Not great. The Bulls shot 53% from the field. The Bulls beat the Knicks on the boards. They doubled them up on offensive rebounds, 12-6. They beat them overall boards, 39-31.
Okay.
The Knicks did have the edge at the free throw line. 19 makes to the Bulls 13.
Okay.
The Bulls beat the Knicks points in the paint by a dozen. That kind of wipes out the disparity from the free throw line and then some.
Yeah.
Fast break points. Knicks got them 14-8. Okay. The Knicks shot 47% behind the three-point line on 36 attempts. The Bulls shot 35% on 28 attempts. The Bulls lost behind the three-point line by 21 points tonight. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. It was a weird game. It was a fluky game. But you look at the fine numbers of what happened. Where do the Bulls do well? Where do they not do well? And another freaking game where efficiency and volume on the three-point line is the biggest glaring problem staring us all in the face. 3 games to go. Sweet release of death. Come to me now.
It's wild how that has been the MO for the past few seasons. And it's something that has not been addressed properly for some reason or another. I just don't understand why.
Javon played 6 minutes and got a 5 threes tonight.
You know what I mean? Like
Billy's desperate.
I do, yes. Oh, if he see Funk out there, you know the desperation is really set in. But that's why I'm sure we'll get into that a lot when the offseason comes about them not doing anything as far as three-point shooting and what they can do and who's available and all the other shit. But the fact that it's gone this many seasons, Matt, where they haven't made it a priority is what's and the one thing they made a priority was like, well, let's just get somebody to teach them how to shoot threes. It's going to take time when you're teaching somebody.
And shout out to Peter Padden.
Sure.
And shout out to some of the guys on this team who did improve, namely Ayo and Caruso.
Correct.
Great years behind the three-point line.
Right. And I'll even give some to DeMar.
Yeah.
Because he's been solid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at least from what you expect DeMar to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're like, give me low to maybe mid-30s on a good year. If I get mid-30s out of you, great. But it's just the fact that everything but saying, let's go get an actual three-point shooter who can help us here. No, we're not going to do that. Let's get a G League three-point shooter. Matter of fact, let's get 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? And then try to put them on the roster. Oh, they got to do other shit to get down there on the floor because Billy ain't going to play no G League dudes like that unless he's that desperate. That's a problem.
Unless Drummond was just wheeled to the locker.
Like, get some shooters on your team, bro. Like, and that's the frustrating part, Matt, is that they have refused, and I mean just absolutely refused to deal with that problem and just keep, tweaking, you know what I mean? Putting little Band-Aids and it's like blood gushing out everywhere. And it's like, a little more spray, a little more Band-Aids. No! Staples! All right? Sew it up. Sew up the wound, bro. Like, no, that's the frustration. Mm-hmm. That's the frustration is the issue. We know they've addressed and said that's the issue.
Yeah.
And refused to do something about the issue, though.
Well, and Mike in the comments saying, according to AK, all they had to do was just change their shot profile. And we saw some games earlier on this season where they did.
You remember that stretch? When they were just hitting
I think
all
there was
these
even
threes?
like a preseason game where they jacked up a bunch of threes and I think they shot like 21% on them. But even still, I was like, great. Because that's better still than shooting 20, which they did in their loss to Orlando on Sunday.
Yeah, they just have gone back into their roles.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
They have regressed to their comfort zone, which is ISO DeMar, and the occasional let Kobe cook moment here and there.
Yeah.
That's it. That is all this team has right now.
That's
and
it.
they are regressing to it because that's what they have. They do not have the personnel to play a modern version of an NBA offense. And I am sick of it.
Is Caruso still the best shooter?
He's you mean like percentage-wise?
Yeah.
I would guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Joey, do we have any other super chats that we need to acknowledge before we get out of here? I think I saw AK had one or two. Oh, yeah, AK. Yeah, I already got the one from Richard, and yes, there have been some hats.
AK says, in the Bulls past, there were dark days. We knew they were dark. There were good days. We knew they were good. These are fraudulent times made out to be continuity competitive times.
I like the way that's worded.
Fraudulent times?
Yeah. I like the way that's worded. Honestly, I do. Because he's not telling you that it's the worst. And he's not telling you it's the best.
The worst.
Money, please. He's not telling you it's the worst times. The best of times is the worst of times. He's not telling you that. But he's telling you that what they're trying to provide to you and put on the floor is some bull of the shit. And I appreciate that because you're right. It is fraudulent. It is fake. It is phony. And your competitiveness, all of that is not real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So wonderfully worded, AK. I appreciate that.
AK. Mark Anderson threw us a super chat. Appreciate you, Mark Anderson.
Thank you, sir.
AK threw us another one, $9.99, saying can't find the moral courage to watch the Bulls games these days. Over half of the teams on the injured list limping into the play-in with no plan for the future and no assets or picks. What do fans even look forward to?
A game.
Tell you what, AK, if you find the answer to that question, you let me know.
That's what I look forward to.
I am clinging to life, stealing the positive vibes from this guy, from that guy, from the GOAT, from all y'all out there in Bulls Nation, because that's what's getting me through right now, because I agree. The present and future looks real freaking bleak.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
No assets or picks is not technically true because they do have their own first pick this year in what is a pretty weak draft class between last year's draft class and next year's draft class. And the Bulls are going to be picking, what, somewhere in the teens?
Yeah, somewhere in the teens.
Yay.
Hey, shout out, actually, Ayo Dosunmu and Alex Caruso coming into this game. We're both shooting 40% from three.
Love that. Love that.
But Javonte's in the lead at 60%.
60!
Because he just got here. So, yeah, he hit a couple threes. But, yeah, so basically, Ayo and Caruso are your best three-point shooters on this team. I mean, that's cool, but I would really like some shooters, bro. I would really like some shooters, man, especially for what offense Billy is trying to run. There's a disconnect somewhere with AK and Billy, man.
Yeah.
Because Billy is running something that AK is not understanding that he's running. Hey, dude, I need shooters. I need athletes. You know, I need that on my team.
Yeah.
Cool. Here's Funk.
Yeah.
Cool. Here's Bateen.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Here's Terry Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, bro, no, he's literally asking for something else, and he's getting there's a community. I'm telling you, there's a breakdown somewhere, man. And again, I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know if they're trying to get these things, and players are just like, we don't want to deal with this, or we don't want to come here, or somebody's paying them more money, or what, or even if you're going after it. But hearing AK speak and at that press conference during the midseason, Matt, what frustrated me more than anything was him not knowing where the Bulls were in the standings. That scares me more. That scared me. You know what I mean? Because if anybody's supposed to be on top of everything, it's the person running the shit.
Well, if AK still thinks the Bulls are just 3 wins shy of the 6th seed, then, you know, they got 3 games to go. We can still make this work, y'all.
Yeah, that's what was frustrating. So, yeah, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect somewhere, man. This is going to be an interesting offseason, y'all, and a big one. And I'm ready to see it.
Being where reality is and where AK's brain operates.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, all of it, man.
It's wide berth.
It's all of it, bro.
It's quite the chasm.
Like, I got to see, and
it worries me.
I'm ready. Yeah, it really does worry me now.
It worries me.
It worries me, bro.
We got to get out of here. But okay. I did not want to ignore. Richard in the comments said, can we answer the jorts and cargo shorts question before going?
What is it?
Oh, I got to know if Matt rocks that. Do I wear jorts or cargo shorts? Yeah. Jorts, no. I am not Tobias Funke. I am not a never nude. Cargo shorts, on the other hand, hell yeah. Started rocking cargo shorts in the 90s, and I've been rocking them all my life to this day.
To this day.
Oh, cargo shorts are so ugly and unattractive. All the men wearing cargo shorts need to go. The women don't. I don't give a shit. They are comfy. They are convenient. Big extra pockets. Rocking cargo shorts all summer long.
Oh, man. That thing. It's one of a kind.
Jorts, less pocket space.
It's true. You love pocket spaces, sir. You got stuff, and he wants to put stuff in them.
Functionality over fashion, y'all.
That's it.
Comfort and functionality.
I've seen him at work in public with these joints. He's got stuff in all those pockets. And it's always something that you're going to need.
What you need, Dave? What you need? I got it. I got it.
Hungry, beef jerky. He's ready to go.
Need a Coors Light?
Right. He's functional, ladies and gents.
My cargo shorts can rock two 12-ounce cans of beer in each cargo. That's 4 beers on the go.
The fact that you know that
Whatever
just lets you know. He's ready, man. He's ready.
Not my
Always ready.
Not my first rodeo. All right, we got to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. Hit that like button on your way out if you haven't done it yet. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. It helps us grow the channel. Make sure you also subscribe to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel if you aren't already, so you can get alerts every time we're going live here at CHGO Bulls. Sign up to become a diehard if you aren't already. All the perks are there. You know about them. We've told you about them. Free stuff, discounts on the merch, and of course the access to the best of the best when it comes to our content from Will the Goat and our fellow beat writers of our other teams here in Chicago. Yeah. Until tomorrow, we'll be back live pod 5:30 Central on the Bulls off day. We will be here. We will talk to you then. Joey on the controls is at Joey Spathis. Big Dave Bow, BWL Sports on Bulls_Peck. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, Bulls Nation. 3 more to go. See you, Rebecca. Torrey Craig, what the fuck, man?
We all silly like